12. State 3 measures that a government department may take to ensure that clerical officers uphold good governance. 3 marks. 1. Code of conduct and ethics. Establish and communicate a clear and comprehensive code of conduct and ethics for all clerical officers. 2. Training and capacity building. Provide regular training and capacity building programs for clerical officers to enhance their knowledge of governance principles, ethical standards, and relevant laws and regulations. 3. Internal monitoring and oversight. Implement internal monitoring mechanisms to ensure compliance with governance standards. Section B. Answer any 3 questions. 60 marks. 13. A. Outline 5 ways in which a public sector organization may comply with the requirement of public participation. 10 marks. 1. Public consultations. Organize public consultations or forums where members of the public are invited to provide input on matters that affect them. 2. Stakeholder engagement. Identify and engage key stakeholders, including community leaders, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and other interested parties. 3. Information dissemination. Ensure transparency by providing accessible and understandable information to the public about proposed policies, projects, or decisions. 4. Public notices and invitations. Issue public notices and invitations to inform the public about upcoming events or decision-making processes. 5. Use of technology. Leverage technology to facilitate wider public participation. B. Explain 5 roles of the Kenya National Archives in records management. 10 marks. 1. Preservation of national heritage. The Kenya National Archives is responsible for preserving and safeguarding valuable national records, documents, and artifacts that represent the cultural and historical heritage of Kenya. 2. Appraisal and selection of records. The archives assists in the appraisal and selection of records generated by government agencies and other organizations. 3. Record storage and management. The organization provides secure and appropriate storage facilities for records deemed to be of long-term value. 4. Access and retrieval services. The Kenya National Archives facilitates public access to historical and government records. 5. Records conservation and restoration. The archives engages in conservation and restoration activities to preserve fragile or damaged records. 14a. Explain 5 ways in which a clerical officer may demonstrate integrity in course of his/her duties. 10 marks. 1. Honesty and truthfulness. Be truthful and honest in all communications and transactions. 2. Confidentiality. Respect the confidentiality of sensitive information. 3. Ethical decision-making. Make decisions based on ethical principles and adhere to established codes of conduct. 4. Accountability. Take responsibility for one's actions and decisions. 5. Impartiality and fairness. Treat all individuals fairly and impartially, equitably among colleagues and stakeholders. 5. Conflict of interest management. Disclose and manage conflicts of interest appropriately. B. Explain 5 conditions that a public officer should fulfill to be eligible for pension. Benefits. 10 marks. 1 year of service. Public officers in Kenya are usually required to complete a minimum number of years of service to be eligible for pension benefits. 2. Age of retirement. The eligibility for pension benefits may be linked to the age of retirement. 3. Contributions to pension scheme. Public officers are typically required to contribute to a pension scheme during their years of service. For exit from public service, eligibility for pension benefits is often tied to the formal exit from public service. 5. Medical examination. In some cases, eligibility for pension benefits may be contingent on a medical examination.